big watch, big ring, big chain, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James, spit hot, spit knowledge, spit flame, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James, big watch, big ring, big chain, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James, spit hot, spit knowledge, spit flame, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James. Supply the alcohol, should blame it. It's when 12 years passed, it's the first time I made a.
Oh God, well, okay, ain't nobody fucking with my click, 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 click. Ain't nobody fresher than my motherfucking click, 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 click. Cause I look around like my click.
Alright, first off, check this out. This being Father's Day weekend, I'm gonna dedicate this piece to all fathers out there. That includes single mothers who've taken care of their children, who don't have a father figure in their motherfucking lives right now. Now, y'all remember my last show, right? People come out to me like, hey, yo, Jay, what type of poetry do you come up with? I'm like, I tell them right now from the jump, I'm angry. I'm an angry MC. Right?
Why be angry?
But what did I tell y'all before? My aggravation also comes from my inspiration. Right?
Yeah.
So, me being a father, one day my child came out her mouth with some slick shit. For me, that's a problem. And what answer do I have for my daughter who come out her mouth with some slick shit? The dark-skinned part of my hand. Now, a lot of people may have a problem with that, and I understand that. I'm not about to sit here and tell you how to raise your children. You know what I mean? I'm not about to sit here and say, hey, what you can do and what you cannot do, you know, as far as raising your kids. But if anybody who knows Aggravated Poet knows that I have a rebuttal for everything. So, for those of you that continue to let your children talk to you the way they want to talk to you, do you. Me, I'm going to do me. I mean, it's not like I beat her to death with a stiletto or something. Right? Y'all heard about that, right? I mean, it's not like I saw my daughter twerking or something on YouTube and come give it a business with an extension cord.
Right.
Yeah, y'all saw that, right?
Right.
So I say again, my aggravation also comes from my inspiration. But for those of you that want to raise your kids and continue to let your children talk to you the way they want to, that's cool. But allow me to tell you a story. I'm gonna let you know right now, this is my story. Now there's a lot of people in this crowd right now that don't know who I am. So allow me to introduce myself.
Yes, sir.
My name is the Aggravated Poet. Let me tell you how my life's been lately, to enlighten your comprehension of why I might seem crazy. It began on the 23rd day of April, 1980, the born day of a 7-pound, 3-ounce, light-skinned baby. The byproduct of a broken home was no syndrome this brother was part of. Through my youthful days, I was fortunate to be raised by both my mother and father. Later accompanied by my parents' daughters, father was bundled in the same household. And my pops, a black king on his throne who made it easily known he played that man of the house role. Both parents, natives of New Orleans. But see, me, I wasn't raised in the South though. So this city slicker was a young witty mister who had difficulties keeping his mouth closed. So with a pop who kept decking my mouth swole, who had a heart as cold as the South Pole, me coming up as a young asshole was a toll not easily gone through. Yet his style and aggression taught me a valuable lesson. You don't get to be old being no fool. I used to see tears in the eyes of my father when spanking the ass of his small son. Even though I was delicate, he had to respond to hard-headedness by whipping that flesh a bit, because he knew it would help in the long run. He said, I know you think that I'm wrong, son, and you probably think that I'm cruel. I know that I love you, but right now, to be honest, I can care less if you think that I do. As long as you sitting here under my roof, you will obey and take heed to those rules. And when you get grown and you live on your own, just remember, you don't get to be old being no fool. I remember the days of my very first fight. I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was jacked from my ball by this bully named Charles. And after that, I got decked in the nose. Now, Charles was 2 years older and bigger than me. I would have fought back, but I was scared of him though. Knowing not, I was being watched from inside of the window from my pops who was checking on me through his window. Now, that's a violation to my kinfolk. Because the number one rule I learned young as a black kid, don't ever in your life let one of your parents witness you getting your ass kicked. After smacking me around, my pop sat me down. He said, boy, I don't care if he's bigger than you and his jab stiff. You put a combination lock inside of a sock and go upside his head till his crack split. Don't be turning your cheek, boy, that's some fat shit. You better go out there and put a beating on dude. And when you get grown and you live on your own, just remember, you don't get to be old being no fool.
I know that's right.
One day, I came home with 3 F's, 1 D, and a C on my latest report card. The speech from my mom's was nothing compared to the beating my pops made me endure, y'all. But yo. See, Pops was informed by a phone call, so I was forced to just wait for that beating. Unfortunately for me, my Pops was at work and wasn't coming home till later that evening. Now that there just really made it indecent, because the number 2 rule I learned young as a black kid, ain't no worse feeling in the world than waiting for one of your parents to come home and you know that you're getting your ass whipped. After smacking me around, my pop sat me down. He said, boy, get your mind off them girls. Yeah, she may have good looks, but get your head in them books so you won't be prepared for this world. I won't let you blow it, so you need to take notice and focus on your teachings in school. Then when you get grown and you live on your own, just remember, you don't get to be old being no fool. So my adolescent years wasn't smooth, y'all, but the guidance and rules are what kept me in order. So I'm grateful for the trials I've been part of and the man I've become as a result of my father. Now please understand, y'all, before I conclude this poem, I really need to be honest. In order for me to fully pay homage, there's a couple more things that I need to acknowledge.
Okay.
See, it was because of my father's motto that I learned to make profit. It helped me persevere through my first years in college. When the neighborhood kids all surrounded his son, and they had me outnumbered like 100 to 1, because they knew they couldn't defeat me one-on-one, I stood tough with my fist up because I never would run. See, when your pops is involved, then his son will evolve and his growth will be large. That's a hard fact. Because my pop was involved, I put a beating on Charles on that very same day and got my ball back. Because my pop was involved, I've grown, I've evolved, and I no longer ask my father for help. Because my pops is involved, I stand before you a grown man, and now I'm an involved father myself. Yo. So when my child act the clown, after smacking around, I sit her down and I said, baby, you better take heed to those rules. Then when your ass get grown and you live on your own, just remember, you don't get to be old being no fool.
Songs keep me up, so I ain't got no worries.
Big rain, big chain, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James. Spit hot, spit knowledge, spit flame, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James. spit flame, nickname, bitch I'm Rick James.